Yo, 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 what's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Birdhouse Sports Show. As always, this is Sun.
And this is Pops. We got a lot of things to come with. We got a lot of things that's been going on in the NFL, Major League Baseball, the NBA. There's a lot going on. Let's go.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're gonna be covering a whole lot of sports this week, so stay tuned to our show. But today, in particular, we're gonna just be reviewing this weekend, man. When it come down to the NFL and college football, a lot has happened with both of the birds. Both the birds was cooking this weekend.
Yeah, we got victory.
Uh,
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Absolutely. So as always, we're going to get it popping. Yo, this, just because of everything that's been transpiring with your team, we're gonna go ahead and start off with those Ravens. I mean, we gotta give y'all some love when it's due, cause it's been a rough season. But we'll go
That's
ahead
all
and
right. We looking forward. We looking forward. We ain't looking back. We looking forward.
Right, right. You got Ravens actually got a victory here at home, 30-16 against the Bill. I mean, against the Bears. Um, I'm not gonna lie. No one expected this to happen, especially after the Bears, strong win last week, and thought they was gonna use that momentum to get the victory this week. But hey, shout out to Tyler Huntley and the coaching staff and the Ravens defense was stepping up. Tyler Huntley, who is, just to say, another quarterback that came from the Browns that got a victory.
Well, we gave them him, and then they released him, and we took him back.
Right, right. But I'm
So
just saying it's an indictment on Andrew Berry and Stefanski. But anyway, neither here or
yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. Here, no, there.
Seven,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
17
yeah.
for 22. Tyler Huntley, 186. He had one passing TD. He had a QBR, quarterback rating of 116. Wow. Derrick Henry was 21 carries, 71 yards with two TDs. You also had Tyler Huntley, who had 53 yards on the ground, and Mitchell had 43. So a solid rushing and passing attack by both units, who literally just handled business and got the job done. If you're looking at what the Bears did, Caleb Williams, no passing TDs. He had 285 in the air, one interception. Was only sacked one time. He looked like he was just trying to do everything. He couldn't get the help that he needed from his team, and unfortunately, due to the Ravens just stepping up and handling business on defense, they were struggling to get things going. So shout out to your team. This is what the Ravens needed. Lamar needed another week to rest. It looked like he's coming back. The Steelers, which we'll talk about in a minute, also got a loss in your division. The Bengals got a loss in your division. So there is a chance for the Ravens sitting at what, 2-5. So what's your thoughts on this?
My thoughts is go Ravens. Yes, baby. I am excited. I asked the Lord,
Right,
boom,
right,
help me out. You
right.
know me. Thank you for dropping a little bird seed to save us and give us this victory. I'm gonna say it's a bad and good in this because everything we doing is trying to get back to what we was and do a little bit better um, than what we have been doing. I say to it all, thank God for this victory. Roquan Smith, great kudos to you, bro.
Right.
Kudos
Stepping
to the
up.
defense for
Stepping up.
stepping up. Kudos to Huntley for stepping up. Cooper Rush, I think it's time to, you know what I mean. Thank you for the effort, but it may be
It's time.
time to get him
It's time
behind
to
and
go.
put
It's t-
Henley and second string, and you
it's
go
time
third
to go.
string, or you retire because to get pulled and not produce nothing, you know what I mean, shows a lot. And when he got in
Right.
there, he was running with the same team, and it looked like a whole different team was playing out there. No, no pun. Cooper Rush had his time. Like I said on the last podcast, I think he's there for a check just to keep his money going, just to settle in and keep his money going. I'm a backup, and that's what they're gonna do. Pay me for me being a backup, and that's it. Ride it out. But I
Right.
think I
Right.
think his time is up, and maybe he could get to another team because you know how they love to keep some of them around and put them on teams as backup because what they used to be. I'm gonna just say I'm happy. I'm happy with what progress we did. I'm happy with the coaching. I'm happy with the turnaround because they fought. They fought and they scratched. And I told you this year we got to get it out the mud. Nothing is good guaranteed for us this year. We got to start the season all over with these two victories. We're gonna let that five. We don't need to add to that number five no more. We need to add to that number two and keep it pushing forward. So I want Lamar to be 100%. The coach put out that Lamar will be back for the next game. Let's enjoy this bye, and next week we on and popping. I'm just so happy about that. Now with the Chicago Bears, I'm gonna get real quick through it. Williams, he's trying his best. He's trying his best. He's following what the coach wanted him to do.
Right.
Excuse me, people, but is not working out the way it should work out because they and teams are not really scared of Williams when he go back there to pass. They just trying to play their position the best way he can. He put up a violent effort, but it was not enough. I wish the brother a lot of luck. Not when they playing us though, but I do wish him a lot of luck going forward. That's all I have on it. Go Ravens! I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Absolutely. No, I think this is what you wanted to see. I, look, the offense has been up and down, especially now that Lamar's been out, but now he's coming back. The biggest challenge I always had for the Ravens was that defense, and they finally stepped up to the plate, probably looked at Lamar on the sideline like, brother, we got you. Now with a healthy Lamar, the division is winnable. It is very winnable in your division, given that the bad play so far from the Steelers losing, and now you got the Bengals also taking a loss. It's not out of reach for you guys. So looking forward to that. Um,
Well, I'm just add this. Just keep fighting. That's all I say, Ravens. Keep
right.
fighting, keep believing, and y'all get it done.
Absolutely. Nah, absolutely. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we gotta switch gears. One of the birds won. Shout out to the birds. Shout out to the Ravens. But we gotta talk about the team that everyone's talking about around the NFL right now because our running game has officially came back, y'all.
Oh,
Here we go. Now you know what? I can't just show you how to score. You know that we can't just do that. We gotta start off things special. We gotta start off with the first 65-yard run of the year for Saquon doing this thing. Let's get it, baby.
On 2nd and 10. Here is Barkley, left side, big hole. Saquon Barkley. Uh-oh! Barkley!
what the
Goodbye!
black cat for the Giants.
Gone, baby. Barkley did his thing. That's how we do business. Go Birds. Yes, sir. Saquon Barkley finally broke one. And shout out, if I could get it play by play, man, let me mute. I gave you a little bit of audio, but man, if I could just shout out to Landon Dickinson, who blocked three dudes on the line, man.
On the
Yeah,
initial
yeah. Look,
run.
look at him. Three dudes, Landon Dickinson. And like I said, the rest was history after that. All right. Let me stop my braggadocious. Go ahead and flip it. We're gonna actually look at this score and looked at everything that transpired. Oh man, such an incredible game. Give me one moment. I was so excited. Uh, this is what we wanted. We want to get back to what we do best. Get back to being the Super Bowl uh, 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 caliber type of team, and that's exactly what we did. But once again, I also want to be fair. Before we get into my team, I also want to say shout out to Scatterboo. Um,
Yeah, man.
you know what I
God
mean?
bless
Just
him, man. God
Cam
bless
Scott.
him, man. God bless him.
Yeah, man. Look, I got a chance to see him live at MetLife when we played when we played them 2 weeks ago. Dude
I feel
is
sorry for him.
he's all man. So definitely he had a freak incident. I think early in the first or second quarter, and you could see from there, man, that just deflated the Giants. From then on, no excuses, but that definitely deflated. But looks like he just had surgery. He'll be out this season, but hopefully he make a full recovery and return next year. Hey, to get neighbors
Make it
next
to
year,
training camp.
right? Look,
Yeah, training
I'm
camp.
I'm gonna just say this: the Giants is a team to potentially fear. Neighbors coming back, scatterable. They got a quarterback. If you get some great draft picks, you never know. They might be a team we got to worry about in the division. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about this victory: 38-20 at home in the beautiful Eagles logo, the classic logo, green jerseys. We got it done, 38-20. It was sensational. Our team had 276 yards total on the ground. We had two players, not since what 2013 has been done. Two players with over 100 yards rushing. As much as Saquon Barkley with 14 carries for 150, 65 long, our man Tank Bigsby, 9 carries, 104 yards. He was sensational on the ground. Came out of nowhere. And then, of course, Jalen Hurts had a couple of runs for 22 yards. And then, of course, why not? Jalen Hurts had a perfect passer rating last week of 158, and he almost did the same thing. He was 15 for 20, 179 in the air, 4 passing TDs, 141 QBR. Man was just killing it. On on tight end day, Dallas Goddard had two touchdown catches. It was just amazing. Barkley with a catch, and then of course Jahan Dotson with the Randy Moss catch over the cornerback with the 50-50 ball to get into the end zone. So anyway, we just dominated. Shout out to the offensive coordinator. I have to give my just due. Finally, he put Jalen Hurts under center. Finally, Lander Dickinson is back, our left guard, and healthy. Finally, our left tackle and right tackle is healthy. And our replacement center stepped up today. This is the offensive line that I'm used to seeing that we had last year, and it showed. It put full display. When you have an Eagles team that's this balanced and that's this dangerous, Super Bowl bound. I'm not going to jinx it, but we look really good going into a bye. We get A.J. Brown back in 2 weeks. We get our starting center back in a couple weeks. We get our DN from IR back in a couple weeks. Shout out to the defense with 5 sacks, 5 different players. That's how we do it, man. But other than that, just to flip it on the other side, Jackson Dart, 14 for 24, 193. He had 1 passing TD. There was some amazing throws he did. He got sacked 5 times, like I said before. And like I said, they really couldn't get nothing going. Scatterable, I think, would have had a potential decent game if he would have stayed in there. But like I said, we was able to handle business. This was the belt to A that we wanted as a revenge game, and we got the job done. Go Birds. Hopefully we take this momentum and look, just to end this, and I'm going to flip it to you. Everybody's saying right now the Green Bay Packers are number 1 in the NFC. That's only because we got more wins, but that's because they got less losses. They have a tie. So they don't know who to crown as the number 1 team in the NFC. You already know who it is, but we play them in 2 weeks after our bye. That's going to be a huge game, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, what's your thoughts on everything?
Well, kudos to the Eagles. Kudos to the a member of the Birdhouse. Kudos to the Eagles.
You want me
Kudos
to
to
send you a
Barkley.
jersey?
Kudos to back to what I was saying. Kudos to the Eagles, Barkley, Smitty, the quarterback, and a lot of other players. AJ Brown wasn't on the field. This is what the OC is
Right.
supposed to do. He mixed it up good, but mix it up good when you have all your players on the court on the field. You know what I mean? It's just something that the Eagles have in their arsenal, and that's something to be proud of if you're an Eagle fan. Is very much doable if everybody get on the same page. It's very
Right.
much doable. As far as the Giants go, sorry about your loss, man. Scatterboo was a bright figure into the organization. You still have Dart, but it's hard to replace Scatterable at this time. I'm sorry for the Giants fans. Sorry for your loss at this time. But he'll be back. Napiers be back. Y'all could, like my son said, next year, y'all can make a positive run at it and be a whole different squad and put a lot of pieces out there. So sorry for the black cat running across the field on y'all. That was Barkley, that is. But also Scatterable getting hurt. God bless him. I hope he have a speedy recovery so he could get back to OTAs for next year and be sharper than he was this year. And that's saying a lot because everybody was feeling him through the whole league. It's just like his intensity, his bang bang plays, and he giving hits, not only taking them, he's giving them too. So it was a freak football incident where
Right.
it was a
Right.
clean play and the play just landed on him and his ankle was turned a different way and the weight on the weight, that's what took place. So God bless him in his recovery. All right, we can
Absolutely.
move on.
Yeah, absolutely. Go Birds. Nah, let's not move on now. Let me stop. Go Birds. Let's go.
Go
All right.
Eagles, go Ravens. Go
Absolutely.
Eagles, go Ravens.
Um,
Go Ravens.
this is another game I'm gonna flip it to before I show the actual final score and the results. Hey, we got to give just due. This was a shocker. This team was down 16 points, I believe, in the fourth quarter, and something, man. I don't know. It was through prayer because this player does pray a lot. His prayers was answered, man. The New York Jets came back. And before I go ahead and show the final score, I just got to show, mind you, they were down 16 points. I just got to show the go ahead lead. They also got the
I think it's
turnover.
15. 15.
15.
15.
Right. Let's go ahead and just see this pass and touchdown to seal the game.
Closer look at him, and that just adds to the intrigue here. Down the stretch, Hall.
Pass.
Now tossed
Boom.
into the end zone.
Touch. I mean,
For the Jets touchdown.
it don't get no luckier than that, and they got the job done. So literally shout out to the Jets. They got the victory. Let me go ahead and pull this up. This is just amazing on what they accomplished. My gosh, Jets win 39-38. Bengals were home. Justin Fields, 21 for, mind you, this was not what it looked like in the fourth quarter. Jets was kind of being the Jets, struggling. Justin Fields, Brees Hall stepped up, man. 21, 32, 244 in the air, 1 TD. He had a QBR of 99. Brees Hall also had a passing TD. He also had 18 carries for 133 with 2 touchdowns. He also had that long 35-yard touchdown that was just nice. Jets literally willed themselves to get this victory. There was a lot of emotions on the sideline. They also lost a legendary center. Want to make sure I have his name Mangold, right? Eric Mangold, if I believe.
74.
Yeah, hopefully I'm saying his
Number
name.
74.
74. What was his first name? It was
he
Eric,
was
right?
Eric Mangi.
No, hold on. I want to make sure I
I
get
got
his
it.
name right because I do
Yeah.
not want to butcher that.
Rest in peace.
Just out
Yeah.
of respect. Uh, let me see. Nick. Nick, sorry, not Eric. I sincerely apologize. Nick Mango, former Jets football center, who recently passed
Yeah.
away from kidney disease. And my gosh, man, all we hear is great things about that player, how tough he was, and how everyone loved him. So the team was rallying behind him and rallying behind their coach and rallying behind each other, and they got the job done. The Bengals, hey, Flacco and them couldn't do nothing else. They were let down by their defense. Flacco was 21 for 34, 223, 2 passing TDs. They had 181 yards on the ground as a team. They clearly look. Chase had another 12 catches, 91 yards in the air. He had 19 targets. Flacco and the team did enough. This was a huge letdown by the Bengals defense. Shout out to the Jets getting their first victory of the season. What's your thoughts on this game? This game was crazy.
All right. My thoughts. I'm gonna start with the Jets. Give them kudos. Kudos. Justin Fields, you're not doing enough. You did a good job. You let your sorrow for a former Jet, boost the team and utilize that to give him a homecoming. That was beautiful in the spirit of things. Y'all need to keep it going. If y'all could play like this, y'all could have a better season going forward. Kudos to the Jets and rest in peace, uh, Mangle, number 74. As far as the Bengals coaches lost this game. Reason why the Bengals, I'm not the defense is the defense. We knew that all year. For him to give Chase 19 targets and Higgins only had 2 targets, the long touchdown pass, and one other target. Flacco is diamond on him all the time, and that's not a good thing. This is the professional football. When you pick one guy, even though Chase is the triple threat, he's the number one receiver in the league. I'm not saying that. I ain't saying don't throw to him. But Flacco, you got to mix it up. And being that your running backs, both running backs, was getting nice yards on the Jets defense, why not take the clock away? Y'all gave the game away by giving them a chance in the fourth quarter. Y'all should have took the clock away. You did your 3 and outs, and that's what killed y'all. It was bad coaching on the OC, bad head coaching to let it take place. You saw the momentum shift. You should have took it away by running the clock out, and y'all would have had victory. But it was a good comeback for the Jets, but bad coaching on the Bengals on my behalf.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, he got to spread the ball more. Like, come on, you can't give one player 19 targets, and everybody else average around 3. Like, come on, what are you doing? You
Less than
gotta
that, 2, because the most
to
of them had ones, and one guy had 3, and he had 19, and he caught 12 out of that.
yeah,
He's the best, yes, but you have a team effort. It's
and
not like Higgins.
and,
You
and
paying that
you
man 30 million to
and
get two
yeah,
targets?
right, which is crazy. And I know, I know he's cool friends with Chase, and I know they boys, but he may start sounding like AJ Brown over there in a minute and start
Nah,
complaining.
nah, he ain't gonna do that because he got that man is guaranteed whatever is 2 year guaranteed, and next year whatever he's young enough to move on somewhere else. But once he got paid and made that distinction for him, them catches don't mean he's still getting that paper. But he's ready and he's a superstar just like Chase. 1A, 1B, 1A, 1B. Find him and you will have a more balanced game and utilize your run more because y'all had a balanced offense till y'all stopped. Flacco is not everything. We know where he came from. Let's not mess it up, Flacco. We're overthinking that y'all got it in the bag and people ain't hungry to get victories. Because if the Jets were settling to get the number one pick, they wouldn't even have tried to win. They would have
Right,
just settled and went 0-8.
right, right, right. Absolutely. We're gonna go ahead and move on from that. Like I said, once again, congrats to the Jets. But we're gonna try to get through this before we get to the one of the big games, Green Bay and Steelers. Shout out to my boy. I know you got a loss, but I want to get this one out the way because this one kind of stings a little bit because it's just what we've been saying all year. This guy is just not the quarterback for the future. Let's go ahead and just show a clip. This is Dillon Gabriel. This is the Browns playing the Patriots. I believe the Patriots is at home at this time. And all we keep hearing about Dillon Gabriel over Shedeur is that Dillon Gabriel is the computer brain, is super intelligent, can process
He missing
information
some chips.
and all of this. But look at this play. This is a horrible, horrible interception. He had 2 on a day, right? Just, I mean, clearly you could see the dude undercutting you, and you threw the ball where it shouldn't have been thrown. He had another bad interception. Once again, and that's all we hear. He's the future. He's the future. No, he's not. Everyone, shout out to all the people who were objective, basically letting everybody know that Shedeur clearly should have been the starter. There was people that was at the camp telling everybody like, yo, Shedeur is the dude. He's looking better at camp. He's throwing the ball accurately. He's doing everything he's supposed to do. But he never got that love and respect. So just to show you here, Just to flip it, you had Dillon Gabriel. So the Patriots won 32-13. Dillon was 21 for 35. Once again, dinking and dunking. Outside of that initial touchdown that he had in early in the game, dinking and dunking, 21 for 35, 156, two TDs. One of those touchdowns came in garbage time. So don't even look at that. Two interceptions, QBR of 65. He had one sack. He was just god awful, just terrible. The rest of the team, just nothing to even talk about. 68 yards rushing. I mean, where's Jerry Judy? I mean, is he even on the team? Just pathetic performance by this team overall. And on top of that, you had a historic performance on defense by Myles Garrett with 5 sacks. Historic. All that effort for what? The man was, I don't even want to show the clip, but there's a clip where he was just completely frustrated and threw his helmet. And you know what? I felt him. Now we have, obviously he got his money, so it's no sympathy, but you have empathy for the dude because it's like, yo, it's unfortunate. You get in your bag, but
Well, I
dang,
know he should get sympathy. Regardless, the money don't have people got it twisted about the money, son. The money is the money. That's what it's worth. That's what he got paid.
right.
Because I got paid don't make me want to lose. That's just dumb. One don't have nothing to do with the
Do with
other.
the other,
The
right.
other thing is that he mad because he got a terrible quarterback. You know what I mean? The running back,
And coach
Got
and
Gibbs got
GM.
hurt. Yeah, got hurt. His shoulders had a little bruise, so they had to rely on the other running back. Um, DG supposed to be what Kevin Stefanski want to play out there. The man was in the end zone on the end zone. He threw the ball to no one. The running back was standing right next to him. The next play was 12 yards down the field. He threw a 5 yard out to nobody. You know what I mean? That shows you it ain't even. He should be the third string, or he should go
And
back.
and
No,
and the
let me say
ad
he should be the third string.
and the ad.
And
All
it
of a
don't.
sudden, Shedeur
It,
had this mystery back injury, but in the pregame was
it
throwing the ball with no problem.
yeah, but you know what, son? You know what, son? Kudos to Shador for just hanging in there, being a true professional. Some people like chaos. The coach like chaos. The GM like chaos. The owner like this. Because I would, if I was the city of Cleveland or uh, 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 of anything. I wouldn't even give them a new stadium. I'm not bringing this garbage to a brand new, state of the art stadium when y'all sabotaging another player just to up another player that don't deserve to even be a starting quarterback. Give him a backup role or give him a practice squad role. That's all he deserves at this point until he gets better. Right now, he's nowhere near a professional quarterback status. And as far as the Patriots, the head coach laughing at them, they gimmick plays, they childish plays, that play calling. The only thing I give them the first time they came out, first series, they went down the field uh, uh, monotonically, or if I'm saying the word right, what I mean, every 10, every 10, every 10 until they scored. They did a wonderful job, the Browns. That's what everybody was looking. It was getting hype. All right, they looking good. After that, he pulled out a different playbook and it went south. It
Quick,
went
yeah,
really bad. Excuse
yeah.
me. And then the Patriots, just after they let that one play, that one touchdown go, they just said we got to stop playing with this high school stuff going on, and they went and gave it to him.
Handle
They gave him
business.
the business. No
Handle
matter
business.
what Miles Garrett did, he did an awesome job. But what he's supposed to do, if he getting 2 blocks and still making 5 sacks, what is the rest of the defense supposed to do? They number one pick D tackle number 94. Where's he? I ain't called that man name in a while. You know what I mean? I wouldn't like to know his stats because
Facts.
it's not
Facts.
fair to be pointing out what Garrett do and you're not pointing out this rookie for his blunders and not putting on enough pressure Not he ain't gotta have stats. He gotta have stats where he putting on pressure. You know what I mean? Accumulate sacks for the other teammates. So if Miles Garrett have to stand alone with Ward and all the popular names that's really doing something on the defense, come on, everybody, let's play. It's got to be the coaching. It's got to be the head coach. Let's change the coach. It's nothing else to do with DG. He's not a supercomputer. It's time to change him. It's time to put in Shedeur, and let's see what Shedeur do for the team. And if it's something different, you need to be fired as a whole for holding them back. You never gave him no number ones practice with the number. He became the number two quarterback, and he practiced with the twos. He never got a chance to practice with the ones this whole time in Cleveland. And that's a shame, and it's a mockery on you, Kevin Stefanski. You have issues, mental issues, and you have real, I'm not going to get into the other thing. You have real personal hatred for Shador as a person and as a man. Shame on you as a head coach. You're supposed to be a professional. You're taking this personally. That's why you need to be fired.
Yeah, I agree. I'll
And
leave it.
kudos to the Patriots. Kudos to the no disrespect to the Patriots quarterback. He's doing marvelous. He's playing marvelous. The team is playing marvelous. I don't want to shame on nobody on the Patriots because the man is balling.
They
The
six
man
and
is
two.
balling.
They're ahead of the Bills
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
balling. For his
Yeah,
second year in the league, he's balling. The coach come over after that dismal year last year. He come over now. They 6-2. Stefanski, you got a team. You've been with them almost 4 years, and you're what?
6 years.
You're garbage. You're the opposite. Come on,
Right.
man.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, shout out to Drake May. He had a QBR 135, 282 in the year, three touchdowns, one interception. He was sacked 6 times. Like I said, 5 of those were Miles Garrett. But he also had 177 on the ground. They were awesome. Like this team could go far. Shout out to them. They can literally beat out the Bills in the
Hey,
division if they
son.
keep this up.
Hey,
What's up?
son. And Drake May, thank you for saying that. Drake May showed everyone in the league he's battle tested. Who want to get hit by Miles Garrett 5 times for a sack and still get up and perform like that? And then them
Facts.
sacks wasn't in garbage time. Them sacks was accumulated touchdown after touchdown, punt, field goal, everything. Beautiful job by Drake May. Beautiful job.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's go ahead. We got a few more games to get to.
And that's
Shout
coaching.
absolutely shout out to the Patriots once again for getting that victory. We're gonna flip things to Green Bay and the Steelers.
Uh,
Green Bay actually got the job done, winning 35-25. Um, look, at the end of the day, we got to go ahead and shout my man out. Jordan Love got the job done, 29 for 37, 360 in the air, 3 passing TDs, QBR 134. He was killing it. They had 94 yards on the ground. Tucker Kraft, man, 7 catches for 143 with 2 touchdowns. My gosh, they were killing it. The Steelers defense is just you paying. I think they got the number one ranked
150
salary.
million.
Yeah,
150
number
million.
one ranked
The whole
defense salary,
backfield.
and you do that, you have that type of performance. And once again, you know, I know it was a big game for Aaron Rodgers playing his former team. Aaron Rodgers was 24 for 36, 219, 2 touchdowns. But as me and my dad talked about earlier, Aaron Rodgers can't do it by himself. They need something in the trade before the trade deadline. They need another number one or at least a strong number two. He doesn't have enough weapons. The fact that you throw into a left tackle and another tight end who looked like he's a right tackle, and you got Metcalf, it's pathetic. You don't really have any real
Yeah.
targets you could throw the ball. You're wasting Aaron Rodgers' talent and he's 40 years old, 41. He only got probably this year,
Well, he
maybe one
done
more year
after
left.
this year.
Right.
Nah, he
Like
done.
what is Tomlin doing? Like you finally get your quarterback since Roethlisberger and you wasting his time. This is just an indictment once again on Tomlin. I'm sorry. You're supposed to be the defensive guru. What is going on with your defense? You got the family paying the Rooney family paying all this salary. You're not getting nothing in return. So once again, I don't want to take nothing from Green
Well,
Bay. Green Bay got the job done. They're a scary team. Can't wait to play y'all in 2 weeks, baby. Go Birds.
yo, but I'm gonna chime in and say this. This is what the Pittsburgh Steelers people wanted. For Tomlin to make some changes. He made major changes. He can't play on the field too. He can't play on the field too. The only reason why I say that because he gave the Steelers a defense. Harold. He gave the Steelers a defense. VA. He gave the Steelers a defense. He gave them an offense. He waited on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is slinging the ball. Metcalf can't catch by himself. Other people is trying, but they're not good enough. Like my son said, he need to add pieces. How many more pieces he got to put in the pot for y'all to win consistently? That defense ain't showing what it is. Your number one DM, 41 million. Y'all want to talk about Myles Garrett money? Let's talk about his money. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Remain to be seen.
Yeah.
Y'all got the rest of the year to decide that, whether it's worth it or not. And as far as the Green Bay Packers go, kudos to Love. He started off a little shaky, then he got it together. You know what I mean? I guess Aaron Rodgers did, man. He was just back up for a little second, and he did what he did. But he shined, he broke through, and then them guys on defense is just putting on a show over there.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
not playing around. And like my son said, he's gonna be meeting them soon. They something to play with. They something to play against. So get ready for Parsons and that other brother, number 52 and number 55. You're gonna have to get ready for them. They have strong defense and they got a potent offense. So
And they're
it'll
gonna
be
have
a
a full
great
healthy
game to
Eagles.
watch.
They're gonna have a full healthy
Yes, but
Eagles.
you're gonna have to deal. But as far as the Steelers go, the Steelers is getting what they deserve. This is what they dealt. This is what they paid for. This is what they got to deal with. They got to go back to the kitchen and make up another dinner deal and see if they can feed everybody with that. Because what they putting out there right now, as far as game plan and everything, it ain't enough for their team to have a victory. When you don't get a victory, it's not enough. Go back to the drawing board the next week, change up some things so you can get the W instead of the L.
Absolutely, absolutely. Once again, shout out to the Green Bay getting that victory, and we will see y'all soon. I can't wait. Go
They will
Birds!
see y'all. They will see y'all,
Absolutely.
birds.
We're gonna
Go
flip it.
birds. Go
We're gonna
birds.
flip it to a team that's in my division that has the worst owner in NFL history. Not financially,
Nah.
but as far as getting championships. That is the Dallas Cowboys losing to the Broncos 44-24, and it wasn't even close. My gosh, the Broncos
The
completely
Browns is the
obliterated.
worst owner.
Yeah, that is true. But I only say that about Jerry Jones is because the only reason why you're losing the way you're losing is because you have the worst defense, almost one of the worst defense in the league. You got rid of Michael Parsons. You literally have the worst corners, the worst secondary in the league. You not getting any front pressure. What are you doing? You now have a crazy great offense with a defense that can't stop a cold. And it showed. Bo Nix was 19 for 29, 247, 4 TDs, 1 interception. They also had, shout out to Dobbins, who's in my fantasy. They had 179 on the ground as a team with 2 touchdowns. They were just killing it. The Dallas could not stop them whatsoever. Broncos got away with anything they wanted to get away with. Also, if you look at things on the Cowboys side, Dak struggled. This was one of his games that he didn't have
But
his
that's
best
the
game.
number one defense, Sean.
Right, I know. And like I said,
Denver has the number one.
there are going to be times where you need your defense to bail you out. And the Dallas has not had that the whole year. Prescott was 19 for 31, 188, 2 interceptions. He was sacked twice. You also had Joe Milton getting the game late in the game during garbage time, 3 for 4, 58 yards, 1 passing TD. Javonte Williams, who had a great early start in the year, only 41 yards in the ground, but he did have 2 rushing touchdowns. Other than that, this was just a garbage play. And then, of course, Jerry Jones makes some declarations about, if they need to get some pieces, they'll get it. Whatever. I'm not worrying about it. I love it. They in my division. The Commanders gonna lose tonight too. The Commanders, them, and what's the other team? The Giants. It's over. We're going to the playoffs. We have a guaranteed ride. Right now, we're just fighting against Green Bay for the Green Bay, and I would say the Lions too for the #1 seed. What's your thoughts on everything?
Well, I give kudos to Denver, but it's to me it's hard to play up in Denver if your breathing ain't right. But they got the #1 defense that go. They travel. They the same way ever they wherever they go to play. They're aggressive. They put a hat on somebody. They secondary. They linebackers. They front four. They put a hat. Dak didn't have a chance in this game. Dak didn't have a chance. All that late push with the backup quarterback was just garbage time in the interim of the game just to save Dak from getting hurt or any more embarrassed. But kudos to the Broncos.
Right.
Um, and I just want to say a small thing. Sean Payton, you too good of a coach to still harp on what Russ Wilson is doing.
Agreed.
Let that
Agreed.
go. Be a bigger man. You're too seasoned to be doing that petty shit. Let it go, bananas. Let it go, please, and just move on. Enjoy the blessings you have to have a start with another team and doing good. You was blessed with another quarterback that's doing great. Just appreciate your blessings and don't go with the petty stuff. You don't need it. He don't deserve it, and you don't need to put yourself out there to look that petty. As far as the Cowboys are what we think they are. They always gonna shine bright, shine ever bright in the season, but then they shine always dull out because they $1 billion owner
Right.
destroys his own team
Right.
all the time.
All the
He make
time.
his money everywhere else, but if it had something to do with the Dallas team getting any more money, they wouldn't get a dime because he always destroy his own
Right.
team because I don't understand. He make money everywhere else. He just still make money on Dallas, but he's destroy they victory, they playoff chances all the time because what he did in the beginning of the year wasn't necessary. Just pride and in old age, everybody want to get older, but when you have the opportunity to make choices, you're standing on pride that you shouldn't stand on. That past pride, you need to let that go because that didn't help nobody in the past. Nobody. Live for
I
the
agree.
future, the little bit of time you got left, and enjoy the fruits of your labor or the fruits of everybody else's labor while you watch it, while you pay for it. Just sit back and enjoy. Go out strong, go out with a championship, or whenever God calls you home, or whatever the case might be. But don't do it like this, bro. Don't keep shaming your team by opening your mouth. You have every right to speak, freedom of speech, but you have every right to protect your team and yourself from embarrassment. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Yeah. He 83. I don't think they're gonna win the Super Bowl before he's gone. But you never know. Let's go
Well,
ahead and
however it may go.
however it may go. But let's go ahead and flip it. This was a complete shocker.
Huh.
Dolphins
No, it's
beating
not. Not for
well,
me.
Dolphins beating the Falcons 34-10. Now here's the caveat: Kirk Cousins did start in this game. Penix was actually out due to an injury prior to this game, so Kirk Cousins got the start.
It's
But
garbage.
I think the Falcons made a great decision moving to Penix as the future because Kirk just couldn't get it done. And they was home too. And I've been at the Atlanta at home is a great atmosphere, but they couldn't get it done. Shout out to Tua, man, who just from the jump. I don't know what kind of conversation they had behind closed doors.
Nah, they better check that boy blood.
Yeah, you think he got something happened, but man, he was super
Yeah,
efficient.
something happened.
It was 20 for 26, 205, 4 passing TDs. He was only sacked one time. QBR of 138. My gosh. They also had 141 yards on the ground. Shout out to the offense. They were just killing it. And then, of course, on the flip side, Dolphins defense really stepped up. The Falcons couldn't do nothing. Kirk Cousins was 21 for 31, 173, and that was it. The rest was history. He got sacked one time. Robinson couldn't get nothing on the ground. They only ran it because they were getting blown out. They couldn't run the ball as much. They only had 9 carries for 25 yards. It was
What,
just,
what
yeah. What's up?
when you getting dragged, when you getting dragged, you have to turn around. Each player have to look in the mirror. Everybody have to look in the mirror. You know what I mean? And I guess the way they played, they forgave Tua. They forgave Tua for what him being open and honest about what they doing and sabotaging their season, not coming to practice, not doing the necessary things to win. If they're gonna play like this, and we know the only thing that's gonna stop Miami if they play like this is the wintertime. That's the only thing that's gonna
Right,
stop Miami. Miami
right.
can't play in the cold. They cannot play in the cold, no matter
I,
what you do, how you do it.
I agree.
They should all live in the on the northern side to feel the cold and live in the winter. So when they have games, they could easily adjust to them. But living in Florida all year and having that beautiful weather, by the time you get to that 16, 17-degree weather, whoo, boy, they don't like the way that feel. And they ball up like little kids, like high school kids, and can't do nothing with it. So guaranteed they looked in the mirror. They asked themselves, are we professionals? Are we a college team playing in the pros? And they got themselves together. Reflection to self always make a better outcome. And that's what I would give Miami, a better reflection of themselves. And Atlanta, I told you before, if you play around and let them come near and dance in your own house, shame on you, shame on the coach, and that shows you the backup quarterback ain't got it no more. His agent they gave him enough millions. He live in Atlanta too. He need to not come back to the stadium and go home and sit down and enjoy his mansion and his
Right.
wealth and his beautiful family. He's done. Kirk Cousins is done in the game. Finish.
I agree. I just like Russell Wilson. Uh, but
Yes, sir.
but
All due respect.
honorable mention. There was definitely some games out there we're not going to cover. We only cover the top games of this weekend. But hey, shout out to the Texans that beat the 49ers. That was a shocker right there. There was a lot of great games this
Yeah,
weekend.
could because I said I'd never go against the 49ers no more, and I'm not gonna do that on Strauss. Strauss, way to go, Strauss. Way to go.
Yeah. He got it done. He got it done. So shout out to them. Also, before we flip it over to college and then blitz this out for the night, we have a Monday night game that's about to transpire soon. But you got the Chiefs playing Washington. If I'm not mistaken, Daniels is still out, right? So it's a done deal. Like it's not. I don't even. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a blowout, but clearly, I think the Chiefs is gonna probably cover 10 or more points of a spread and get the victory. So we're not even gonna go into that. Um, but I want to go ahead and flip it to college, and I want to start with a picture of this player who was electrifying and who also caused a coach to get fired. Let's go ahead and flip it to Marcel Reed of Texas A&M. My gosh, this dude was no joke. No joke.
Sensational.
He was. I mean, look, Texas A&M has been looking for a spark like this for a while. Last big spark they had was Johnny Football, right? So now to have him coming in here doing what they did, they record is amazing. I think right now they're probably going to move up in ranking. They probably rank number 2 after this.
They 8-0.
Right, 8-0. I don't think they're going to be. They might move them number 1. Who knows? But I know they were number 3 in this game. But shout out to Texas A&M. We're going to go ahead and flip it to their score. My gosh, look at this. They beat LSU at Death Valley at a night game, 49
That means
to
all was
25.
watching.
All was watching. Everybody had their eyes on them. Marcel Reed was 12 for 21, 202. He had 2 touchdowns. Now he did 2 picks, okay, but he was also dangerous with his legs. He had 13 carries for 108 on the ground with an additional 2 touchdowns. He was just playing out of his mind. And then just overall, the team had 224 yards on the ground. They did everything they wanted to do with LSU. The defense stepped up in a major way. And of course, once again, the guy they put all his faith into the team, Nussmeier, who I haven't been sold on him at all. 22 for 35, very pedestrian, 168, dinking and dunking. Man was averaging 4.8 yards a throw. 1 passing TD. They couldn't get nothing on the ground. They had 60 yards rushing total. That's just bad coaching. Bad coaching. And it actually led, right after this game, the very next day, it led to Kelly getting fired as the head coach of this team. But once again, I don't want to take nothing away from Texas A&M. All that oil money is finally starting to pay off, and they are playing lights out and potentially can go all the way for a national championship. What's your thoughts on this game?
I know Texas wish they would have had them instead of Texas A&M
Oh my
having them,
gosh, yes.
because they would what Texas would be right now. But Texas don't really. I think the last Texas player was brother was
Well, they had a few.
he
They had
was
a
in
few.
Tennessee.
They had a few players in
Yeah, they had
Texas.
a couple. But anyway, here nor there. LSU is wide receiver U. I can't understand how they lose 49-25 to Texas A&M. I just it all goes down to the head coach. Kelly don't respect the history of LSU. He don't respect nothing about LSU. He probably don't even like the players in LSU, being that he came from it wasn't he
Notre Dame. He was the Notre Dame coach.
the Notre
And
Dame
and
Irish
and
men.
check this out. After he leaves, Notre Dame go to the
But
championship the next year.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, because they needed a new voice, but they thought they had something by bringing them down, giving them all that money. All these colleges doing is giving these old Caucasian quarterback head coaches a retirement package, because another one gets 70 million, he getting 54 million to leave. That's the buyout. It's ridiculous already. You could cut any kid you want, but the coach get cut. He got to guarantee millions for the rest of his life while he sit home and know he sabotaged the school. That's just my opinion. That's however y'all want to see it through, or listen to what I say about it. But I just thought it was a waste of time them bringing them there. Kudos to Texas A&M. Kudos. It's about time that school get back on the top seed.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to see them go far and all the way. They've been a team that has been waiting for a while. Let's go ahead and we're gonna blitz through this, and we're gonna get to the next game. You had Ole Miss beating Oklahoma 34-26. This was a big, big, big game. Shout out to Lane Kiffin, who is just the coach of the year, coaching Ole Miss. And right now, he's probably the hottest coach. Every team, probably, I'm pretty sure LSU is going to throw $100 million at him. I'm pretty sure a lot of teams is going to throw a lot of money at Lane Kiffin to get him from Ole Miss. But if I was him, I wouldn't leave. Just get Ole Miss to match it and stay right where you at and build a legacy right there. But they got the job done. They were let's say Trinidad was 24 for 44, 315 in the air. They had 116 yards on the ground. Watkins 4 catches, 111 yards. They were just completely solid. And in Oklahoma, John Mateer, like I said, relatively he tried. He was 17 for 31, 223, 1 touchdown. Rushing yards, they had 136 on the ground. And like I said, it was a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But when Lane Kiffin's attack in the offense, just how he draw up plays and get receivers wide open. That was the biggest difference, I think, at the end of the day. Shout out to Ole Miss getting that victory 34-26. They're going to use this momentum to spring them into the playoffs. But what's your thoughts?
Lane Kiffin deserves a lot. I'm glad Saban gave him a chance to build back when he got let go from a previous team that he was with, and he built Ole Miss from scratch. He had a lot of problems, a lot of complaints about rankings and all that. He said, "Let me stop complaining and get my boys together so they could beat top teams,
Right.
so they could compete on the top level." And by beating Oklahoma University is a big thing. It's a big thing. So kudos to him. Kudos to Ole Miss. Sorry, I just got a brain free. Kudos to them for doing what they need to get done. He's gonna take that school a long way. He ain't got to ask and argue about his rankings. He earning them each and every Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. Give it shout out to them. Shout out to them for sure. We got two more games to get to. Definitely want to shout out another team that we just never thought would still be just winning games. Even though it was an ugly win, they still won and beat a great Missouri team. Shout out to Vanderbilt beating Missouri 17-10. And like I said, it was an ugly win because Pavia didn't have the prettiest game. He was only 10 for 19, 129, and he had an interception. But other than that, as a unit, they had 136 yards on the ground. Pavia also had a rushing touchdown, as well as Young. It was an ugly, ugly game. Great, solid defense on both sides of the ball. It was a hard, fart-nosed game. And that's what you need. You know, when your quarterback can't get it done, he got swagger. Boy, he got swagger. But when he can't get it done, his team stepped up around him and got it done. Vanderbilt is, I mean, look, these were not five-star recruits that came to this school, but they're playing like a
Ivy
five-star
League
team.
school.
Right, they
Yeah,
playing like a
yeah,
five-star
yeah.
team, man. So shout out to them. Missouri, uh, 14 for 23 Zullers, 138 in the air, one passing TD. They did have a lot of yards in the ground, 170 yards in the ground, over accumulated over time. But other than that, they just didn't do enough to get it done. The offense couldn't produce. Shout out to Vanderbilt with another victory.
All I gotta say to Vanderbilt, you're not nobody doormat no more. They used to pick to play them just to run
Right.
over them, try to embarrass them. They not getting embarrassed by nobody. They dusted their boots off and they got to work and they sitting in number 4, I think, in rankings. They might be sitting moved up to 4. I think they was number 8 or 9.
Yeah, let me
I
see.
think they moved up to 4 in the new
Right.
rankings.
Uh, yeah, you're right. Let me see. You're right. They might have moved. I can't even. Let me see where they at
Because
right
they
now.
They are playing some great football on all three phases. They battle tested. They have the big games. They have the low scoring games. They winning on all three fronts, and they don't
Ah,
have to wow you, but they getting the job done.
they number 9 right now. Moved up to number 9, and they
They
play.
still number 9.
They play
They
Arch
still number
Manning.
9. Yeah,
They
okay.
play Arch Manning on Saturday. They play Texas
Yeah, that's gonna be a big game. Did he
at
come back? Is
Texas.
he gonna be playing?
He's
Is
gonna be.
Archman coming back? Because he got hurt.
I. That's a good question. I don't know. I've got to check that game. But even if he comes back
All right, all right.
at Texas, I wouldn't be shocked if Vanderbilt wins that game. I
Well, it's going to lift them out sky high. I know we running right now, but it's going to lift them up sky high, and I think Vanderbilt's battle tested for it. Just with what track they on, they ain't trying to be
right.
stopped by nobody.
Yeah.
You know who remind me of Vanderbilt? Scatterboo.
Yeah.
That's what type of players Vanderbilt
Yeah.
got.
Yeah. This tough
Vanderbilt
nose,
got.
get it
Yeah,
done
yeah,
no matter
just
what.
want to do it, happy to do it, and don't have no apologetic feeling about it. They just get the job done.
Yep, absolutely. And we're gonna end the college football series with the last game here. This was Alabama beating South Carolina 29-22. Now we know South Carolina is an unranked team. Doesn't matter. This is an SEC team with a quarterback with Sellers, who was a great QB. Honestly, I really thought South Carolina had a chance. They led by a great head coach, Frank Beamer's son, Beamer himself, and man, they tried to do everything. But Alabama, shout out to Ty Simpson, just kept pushing that wheel. He had 253 and he had two passing TDs. Not much, like I said, in the rushing attack. Just a great job by Carolina, just really putting a lot of pressure on Alabama. But Alabama did enough to get ahead. Just to look at the South Carolina, Sellers was 18 for 32, 222, one passing TD, but he also had an interception, which was costly. And like I said, Sellers also with 18 carries, 67 yards with TD. He tried to do everything he could to get them the victory. It was a great, great, great game. But like I said, Alabama was able to get that victory and pull away. So shout out to Alabama. They're still winning. I mean, look, I would say this. SEC is the hardest division, hardest conference to play in. Mind you, they have to play these games. It's not like they could just not schedule it. When you got Texas and Florida and LSU and Auburn, I mean, you got all these big
That's
ham
why
hock.
you don't complain when they do the rankings. Even though a team might be 10-0 or 12-0, you're like,
Right,
nah, you didn't go through the gauntlet. You
right,
didn't go through the gauntlet,
right.
to guarantee teams, because they did that last year with Boise State and a few other teams getting up there, and they got mopped once they got into the playoffs. And we don't need to see that. We need to see the people that deserve to be there, tough enough to stay there and compete on, because the playoffs supposed to show the true teams of competing, not just the X's and O's, but true competing deserve to be there from the strength of the team. Alabama is playing strong. I'm proud of Alabama for only one reason, because they're playing without Nick Saban. That's why I'm proud of Alabama. They finally playing without Nick Saban. They don't need his comments. They don't need his drive-bys. They don't need nothing. They playing without Nick Saban. Kudos to Alabama for doing what they need to do. Because every legend that leaves, you have to move on, or the school gonna keep. If he was here, if he was here. So kudos for Alabama. Sorry, South Carolina, you just run into the but so it was a hard fought game. But if you see by the score, that interception South Carolina threw, Alabama took care of that, and that was the difference in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a big one. And so shout out to Alabama getting the victory. And shout out to just great football all weekend. Shout out to the Birdhouse for both of our teams getting a win. Um, hey, we definitely appreciate y'all. Like and subscribe. Please provide a comment.
Please,
Uh,
comments, please hit that like bell. And come on, man. Just do what y'all can do. Help us out. You know what I mean? Come on. Comments,
Absolutely.
everything, please.
Absolutely. We appreciate the growth. We're going to keep grinding for you guys. And then, like I said, just keep trying to grow this channel. But we appreciate the love and everything like that. You have any final words before we get out of here?
Yes, I always gonna say this, please. For women and men cancer, please go to your doctor, get checked out. For liver, for kidneys, for any type of illness, get checked out. Know that you're healthy. Don't get nothing caught up on you and be surprised that something happened. Please, all people get checked out. I mean, all people, no matter what your demographics are and anything. Just go to the clinic, go to the hospital, go anywhere you can get checked out to know what's going on in your body. Please, y'all. God bless you all.
Absolutely. As always, appreciate you guys. Y'all take care now. Peace.